fun, but ATN looked really dominant in that opening war. They're going to look to push this lead even further. But remember, this one, it's all on the line. Win or go home. ATN.ATTAX versus VATANG. Good luck. Let's have some fun.
This is their last chance to remain in the competition. We're so close to the championship match. But before we get there, let's see what these two clans have in store for each other. It's ATN.ATTAX versus VATANG.
We're going to be seeing the next match. This is match number 2. ATN.ATTAX has the 1-star advantage over VATANG right now. But if VATANG win by 1 star and they get a little bit more of the percentage, they can take this to move on to the grand finals. And now coming in with the Mass Hog Lightning, some bats. Oh, this is an interesting strategy here, Bash.
This is really interesting. A little bit of everything, weakening up that scatter shot, so the Royal Champion Seeking Shield takes it right down there. Now going to try to take on the defending Royal Champion, but not going to quite get there. And we're going to have the King coming in from the top side. We'll like to see if that Queen comes in, but check this out, Carbon. We have a Wall Wrecker selected. We do.
Wait, is that 2 bats being used right behind this Ice Golem, trying to clear some of this stuff here? But the Wizard Tower did get a shot off onto the bats, unfortunately, and the bats are spawning a little bit more. They do go down. Well, this Wall Wrecker is coming at a very unique angle here to try to get to this Town Hall.
Man, I don't think that's what he was hoping for with the bats. A big risk, and that's what VATANG's known for, taking those risky moves and trying to make them pay off. But if this Queen doesn't go to the Town Hall, he's going to have to readjust his whole strategy.
Yeah, this could... Oh, wait, the Queen, can she make her way back to the Town Hall? Wait, she's going around. She does.
Go in.
No, Queen, you need to make her way to the Town Hall. Yes,
oh, she
does. Okay. Wow.
She's stuck right back in there. Might have to force the ability here just to make sure that Town Hall falls. Does just that before the Lava Hound comes over. And now we have 36 Hog Riders ready to come in and destroy this base. Not quite the opening Kerberos was hoping for, but this one could still work out for him.
Absolutely. Still has the Headhunters moving in to help clear this King. Some more Hogs coming from the top side, moving straight into that single target Inferno. But we've got the Scatter Shot on the backside, protected by that Queen there. He's got one more heal and freeze to use. And look at these Hogs on the outside trying to pick off some of these defenses. And he's trying to keep this momentum moving into the middle.
Hogs being healed in the core. They got to get to that scatter shot because it is working them over quickly. And this one is taking so much damage as that Queen is picking these Hogs off one by one, Carbon.
Yeah, unfortunately, if he didn't use those bats, he could have maybe had another 2 free spells, taken another heal spell for the Hogs. They got picked off real quick right there. And this is going to be a lower percentage attack. Even though it's in the 80s, we've been seeing the attacks have to be at least in the 90s to be contending.
Man, that was rough. Going with the Hogs to try to move through those storages, stack through the core right there, but did not work out for him. That opening was just a little bit sideways and gonna get to 85%, still very respectable. But remember, VATANG already...
And he is sticking to the ground here, Bash.
A little bit of a change of pace, going with that P.E.K.K.A. smash that seemed to work so well for them in that first war out of these 2. He does have those 5 lightning spells and the earthquake combination to take out the single target Inferno to help this Warden Walk shape up. And look at this, he's finding a Tesla farm down here that needs to be dispersed of, but that Warden's taking some heavy damage.
Yeah, that Warden, unfortunately, is taking quite a bit of damage there, but hopefully he can get healed back up here. And luckily, the Expos are not within range, and he can get healed up. No issues here. Eventually, he'll get stuck into 2 Expos. If he doesn't... Oh, yeah, 2 Expos on this Warden. This could be devastating. I don't think these healers can keep it up, and he's forced to use that freeze there.
Freeze to help those Expos retarget perhaps onto the P.E.K.K.A.s. 1 onto the P.E.K.K.A., 1 onto the Warden, but that should be enough to keep him alive as they're pushing in towards this Town Hall. Siege Barracks on that top side, and we have our main phase of this attack underway, pushing right through the middle of the base.
He is pushing right through and decided not to bring a Poison Spell. Pops that War Internal Tome, getting through the core here. Hopefully these bullets can get some skip, but there are 2 Witches still standing in there, which the jump is going to help him lead right into the middle of this base, Bash.
Big move there, not taking a poison spell. The Clan Castle is taken care of with that bowler bounce. That multi-target Inferno is doing massive damage, and the Tornado now spinning around. We still have the Royal Champion yet to be deployed. She could save this attack for a 3-star.
Yeah, the world champion can come up clutch with a Super Bowl break on the bottom side. P.E.K.K.A and Witches are moving around. The Valkyries were coming out of his clan castle from the siege barracks at the very top, moving around the space, and he's hanging on to this royal champion here.
Holding on for dear life. Queen does get down. That scatter shot right there. The bowler and witches help out with the other scatter. This one is about over. He can really bring in this royal champion to finish the base off, perhaps waiting for that queen to go down, but he can. Here she comes, finally coming in. So deploy those royal champion to finish off these defenses, perhaps even help out a little bit with this queen, and this base should be 3-starred with just under a minute remaining.
Absolutely, Royal Champion should be able to help finish this off. Those ground skeletons from the Witch's Spawn distracted the single plenty. And Royal Champion moving around. He's going to pop the ability here, taking out all that. Perfect use of the ability to help take this base down, triple it even quicker. And Yo-Yo 23 adding yet another triple for alternate attacks here, Banks.
Absolutely piling on the pressure there.
Destruction percentage, which is huge. Alternate attacks are looking fantastic in this point right now, which means VATANG almost have to triple out, and we're seeing that Lancelot is averaging a 98% average destruction so far here in the tournament in the World Finals. Decides to go in with the classic hybrid, blimping his way straight into this air defense. Single target inferno, rage is down. Let's see if we can clear this whole compartment, including maybe the Royal Champ. No, the Royal Champ does end up staying up here, but he does clear the defenses from there.
Remember, he had that 97% time fail in this first match of this best of 2, so gonna look to get over that hump and put the 3-star on the board, going with a little bit of a quicker strategy here in that Queen Charge hybrid. Look at that wall breaker. He went really far in there. Few clan castle troops pulled, which will help the Queen disperse of them, but the poison goes in on one of the headhunters, the second headhunter now coming over, Carbon.
Yeah, luckily that poison is going to help take the headhunter down. The hog does pull that tornado trap, which should hopefully help here. And this queen should be able to clear this lava hound out of range of anything that could be devastating to her. Does have one minion, decides not to drop the minions. Nope, finally does, to help the queen get through this, moving her way towards the town hall. She can get quite a bit of value, but he's going to have to start the hybrid soon. Typically, you tend to want to start it right around a minute 40 seconds left.
Coming up on that mark you just spoke of, wants to get this town hall down, and then we should see that funnel come in for the hybrid to keep them nice and tight in the base. Coming up on a minute 30, he's going to have to move quickly with only 25% of the base down. Dealing with that clan castle, held him up, and here we go, moving quickly. The king in, and now here come the miners, the hogs, the warden, and that royal champion to take down the base.
Yeah, the hybrid is pushing its way from the top side. That king should be able to clear a bunch of the buildings on the outside. Pops this Grand Warden Eternal Tome through the eagle shot here to protect it all. Freezes the expos in the middle. The queen still has her ability. She can get a ton of value. Should continue to walk to the bottom side, hopefully. Unless she wants that wall, and she does. Wait, no, she's going for the storage here, Bash.
Orange goes down, and check this out in the core. We got a lot of action, but those miners went out of range of the heal spell. Oh no, they do finally come back in, get healed up, but that scatter shot is gonna hurt. Oh no, another heal goes down to protect him. That king beating through a wall now. That scatter is devastating right now, Carbon.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Royal Champion went down way too early in this raid here. Needs to drop some wizards down the bottom side for cleanup because he doesn't have too much time. Just over 30 seconds left in the raid with the hybrid trying to push. Finally drops that wizard down there.
Oh no, all of the troops, except for a few miners and the king, have been taken out. We still have the queen with her ability, but with 20 seconds remaining, this one was slowly developing, and this is not what VATANG needed, leaving the door wide open for ATN to push that lead even further, as Lancelot is looking to finish just above that 85, maybe even 90% mark as 3 seconds tick away.
Yeah, unfortunately, Lancelot gonna fall short here. He averaged
17 to 17, but alternate attacks has not used their seventh attack where VATANG has, and here we go with a Zap Quake Lalo, using the 5 lightning spells and the 3 earthquakes to weaken up all of these buildings and take down the clan castle. Little interesting pause there on the lightning spells. Maybe wanted to wait for the queen to come around for the 5, but a little bit of timing issues there.
Yeah, at least did drop maybe one lightning to damage the queen a little bit here Air Skellies did pop, so hopefully he can clear this really quickly. But the Queen needs to make her way towards the Town Hall, but these Teslas could prove to be a little bit of an issue. Look at this. Oh, he's dropping some minions to pull the Air Skellies so the Queen can help clear them. Very nice move there.
Great move so that the Queen does not walk away. Also, if those air skeletons were too far out of range, perhaps that Queen would have took the bait of those Teslas and went down the side, but he's got to get the Queen in as the Town Hall does not fall from the King, Carbon. This could be devastation.
The Queen is not making her way towards that Town Hall. Gonna have to force her ability. Literally, there is a sliver of health left on that Town Hall. Just like a death damage of the balloon should even be able to take it down, but he needs to like invest a freeze if he wants to take it out.
All right, here comes the balloon, and the Stone Slammer is going to take it out. Going to look to save this one. One drop from the Stone Slammer should take down this Town Hall. No issues. There we go. Town Hall falls, and here we go with the Lalo from the 6 o'clock position, but that Stone Slammer is not going to do much to support here.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Stone Slammer's going to the top side. I wonder if he was going to be patient and Lalo from the top. Granted, the Sweeper is pointing up top where that Eagle Artillery is right next to it. Pops that Warden ability, but it misses quite a bit of these balloons with that Warden ability.
This is not going the way Acid hoped for. He does have a massive pack of balloons. Freezing that single target Inferno to keep that Warden alive is not too much splash remaining. However, he's got that Scatter Shot and Wizard Tower in that final compartment with a freeze and a haste. He might still be alive here, Carbon.
He's trying. That Dragon is tanking the Scatter Shot. He's hanging on, freezes it now with no more spells left. Hang on. He's not giving up here.
The balloons get the scatter down. The Wizard Tower is going to fall next. And Ast may have just saved this attack from decimation. Instead, decimating Warning's base with a 3-star. Oh, man. How did he just do that, Carbon? That attack looked like it had so many issues, but he pulls it out for a 3-star.
Imagine if that King took that Town Hall down and he didn't have to use the Stone Slammer for it. It would have been even more crushed. Comes down to time right now with about just above 20 seconds left in this raid. These balloons do split here.
Nice split.
Oh, look at that.
That was a perfect split by the balloons and the minions and pups to clean this base up. No question about it now. ATN.ATTAX, alternate attacks, gonna push their lead even further after 7 attacks. Banks, they're up by 3.
Qualifiers. And here we come with Young Hung coming in with the Zap Lalo. And again, we're seeing the lightning spells being used somewhere else, potentially on, you could take out the Eagle Artillery because you have 7 of them. But he's not going to take out the Clan Castle because he's got a poison spell there.
Good read, Carbon Finn. Expert moves right here. So using the lightning spells eventually here, we'll see which way he decides to go as we get that final 3-2-1. He's got to make a decision. And he's trying to get some damage on this Royal Champion. A very unique play. So committing 5 and then 2 to finish off the Royal Champion, but that single target Inferno is weakened enough that he can throw that Seek and Shield. Look at that play.
Yeah.
I like it by Young Hung.
That was very nice there to select the lightning perfectly around the base and not only take out the Royal Champion, damage the Inferno so the Royal Champion ability can take it down. It was brilliant. Now has to deal with this CC that's coming out. We're seeing an Inferno Dragon coming out to defend, but with the poison spell, with this charge, shouldn't be too big of a deal. It does take a while for the Inferno Dragon to charge up because it's in the poison spell. Here, Bash, can the Wall Wrecker get through the wall? Oh, it does.
The Inferno Dragon was locked onto the Wall Wrecker, but with it being poisoned, it did not quite do enough damage. But the Queen and King need to go down to the Town Hall. Finally, they circle back, and they'll be able to knock this Town Hall down without issue. That would have me nervous, but Young Hun is off to a really great start here, opening up for his Lalo with these heroes.
Looking great, pops that Queen ability. Can she remove that multi-target Inferno? That would be huge right there near the Town Hall. And here comes the Lalo from the top side, moving up and around. Yes, the multi did go down with 1 Air Expo in the middle of the base, probably surrounded with a bunch of red air bombs. But he's still waiting on this Grand Warden to drop, and he's just sending some headhunters into that Queen towards the outside.
The Queen is coming over to deal some damage. That Scatter Shot locks onto the Lava Hound now. Tornado Trap spins those balloons around. Warden abilities to protect, however.
Look at that. Look at all those red air bombs in the middle of the base doing so much damage to those loons. The scatter shot is still up, and these balloons are going down so fast, Bash.
No, devastation is that scatter shot. Just rained in shots. You called it. All those air bombs just took them down. Look at the Warden tanking here, though. Warden tanking the scatter shot. There's not too many defenses up, but they're kind of tucked away behind. Oh, man, I don't think he's going to have enough here to get the 3-star, and that might just be it for VATANG, unfortunately, Carbon Finn.
Unfortunately, with the 2 air expos and Tesla still standing up on this base, it's going to spell a defense for Vale, and we're seeing it. Red air bombs in the middle of the base where there's no air defenses do so much damage to balloons. You have to be so careful for those sections, these players build and test these bases for many, many weeks, and they've had so much time to try to find ways to defend, and it's tough, and especially in this meta now, to find those defenses, and indeed it is. He's coming with the hybrid, Bash.
You called it. Lenade loves his hybrid, and he's going to look to charge deep again with those 3 super wall breakers. I love watching this attack. If you remember his last attack, that queen charge was so incredible to watch, and he's starting off nice, quick, and early. We got the Yeti up top, and then the queen taking a little damage. Want to make sure those healers don't switch off to the Yetis, or off to the single Yeti, rather. So making sure that queen takes a little damage so the healers will lock right onto her.
Yeah, charges this queen straight into this multi-target Inferno, takes it out with ease, and the enemy queen has 1 more super wall break, using the headhunter to help assist this queen through quite a bit of point defenses here. There's 2 expos. Wait a second, where's this queen going here?
Oh, she's going over towards the king. He's going to go ahead and rage up, throws in a second headhunter to slow that king down, and she'll disperse of him nice and easily. Now she's going to go... Oh, no! She went outside, Carbon. He was trying to push her further in, and she goes around. The wall breaker opened that compartment, but the queen was already out of there.
Wow, that queen did not want to go into the core of that base there. She could have got so much value if she kept walking that way. But now, he's got to adjust on the fly, and that's what these players can do. They attack with this strategy so many times, and not only in league tournaments, but also Legends League. So when things go wrong, they've been practicing over and over again to at least save the 2, but he's not going for just the 2. He's going all out for the triple.
And I actually spoke with some of the ATN guys yesterday about just that, the Legends League, and they said that it helps you improvise and adapt when an attack goes sideways. You don't have much time to plan, so using those Legends League attacks to be able to remedy this situation, we'll have to see if Lenade can make it happen and get through this base. The 1st star is secured, and that Town Hall is activated, looking to push that 2nd star as the World Champion throws her spear to take it down.
He does pop that Grand War Eternal Tome, which protects a bunch of the Barbarians from the King. Hogs are moving down south that are coming out of the Siege Bears, but the he decides to use a heal down there. If those Hogs double Giant Bomb, more ground skeletons, there's so much that's popping up down here.
Those poor Hogs, not only the double Giant Bomb, but that scatter shot comes in to finish them off. The World Champion, not quite enough, but with ATN being up so far, this one is... I don't want to say you can, have a little room for mistakes, but this one's not going to hurt them too much. Lenade's not going to get a 3-star, but his squad is putting on a show, so they'll cover him, they'll carry him, they'll help him out with this 2-star 80-ish%, 79 right now. See if this archer can finish off this last building, but ATN in a commanding spot, 22-19 Banks.
I think never know with 2 more attacks on the board for both of our clans, Carbon.
Yeah, absolutely. With the lead is looking fantastic for alternate attacks. But VATANG has a chance. They have the opportunity to try to answer and get at least another 2 triples and hopefully come in with some amazing defenses, which is going to be very difficult to hold alternate attacks if we're being honest here. But let's see. With the King charging his way straight into this multi-target Inferno, now try to get all this value. He does have, look at this bash, 2 skeleton spells.
Using this hero dive in towards, the queen going around is going to hurt. It's going to leave him vulnerable to defending heroes such as that World Champion in the core with no headhunters in this comp. But I don't think this went at all how he planned. He did not get much value, and the clan castle is now out. Wow. This is going to be rough for him.
That is going to be very difficult with the CC now coming out as no way. He does have a baby dragon that could try. Wait, oh, he's using the lightning here to remove that. Trying to get these super minions to get their shots off and eventually go with that poison spell, maybe through the Lalo, but that queen, he was probably looking to get way more value with her.
That queen went around and did nothing for him, unfortunately. Here comes the poison on those super minions. Going to just try to slow them down and work right on through them, going right at the town hall here. Stone Slammer's going to come in to protect, to take out that scatter shot, but it's going to go right into a sweeper and a Seeking Air Mine. Town hall does fall with the Warden ability protecting the balloons, Carbon.
Yeah, with that Warden ability through the Town Hall here, the Dragon comes out of the Stone Slammer, going to make its way over to the Queen, but it's getting stuck quite a bit on the storages right now. And this Dragon needs to remove that Queen. The Royal Champion is not going down in the middle.
Royal Champion's fighting off skeletons one by one. The balloons are going to look to fight right on through her, but they are taking so much damage. Not too many balloons remain.
That Royal Champion was picking off those skeletons so quick. I don't think I've ever seen a hero do that. That Royal Champion is incredibly fast, taking off those skeletons, and this is going to be another defense for alternate attacks.
We see that with the skeleton spells on the Queen, and it can really be effective, but against that Royal Champion, she handled it really well. And man, alternate attacks bases here in War number 2 have just been devastating for VATANG to try to battle, and they're going to keep that lead moving into the next round of attacks. VATANG is knotted up, but alternate attack still has an extra attack essentially.
Yeah, indeed, absolutely. And the minions or the lava pups are trying to get a little bit more out of these buildings here. But this is still only going to be the 2-star. Put them at 21, which is still going to be behind alternate attacks here in the war.
Man, devastation for Diff. The 81% 2-star. Alternate attacks can put this one away. And that is showing here. Valet's going to come in now with a Zap Dragon attack.
He's coming in with dragons again. That's what he did in the previous match, using the lightning here onto the single target Inferno. And is he going to use end up all 5? He's got 5 more. Yep, dropping them. He's dropping them everywhere here. Does he want to actually use the final 2 potentially for the sweeper, that wherever it is pointing, maybe to prevent these dragons? But look at the core of this base. There is one air expo, but it's pretty spread out here. We're going to help take care of the CC, which got some super minions in here.
3 super minions come out of that clan castle. No poison spell to deal with them. The dragons are just going to get raged up and work right on through there. We have the king and queen using that funnel on the bottom side, and the dragons are going to meet the town hall and take it down immediately, Carbon.
He does take that town hall with the Stone Slammer, helping around the base here. Moving his way towards that multi-target Inferno. Does drop the Earthquake up top by the scatter shot. Hang on this Royal Champion here. Can this Queen move over? Needs to take out the Royal Champion, but this push through is looking super strong here.
With 2 scatter shots on the back end of this attack. One dragon. Oh, the dragon's going to get down one scatter.
Ooh.
The Royal Champion going to pop her Seeking Shield ability, and that'll take out the other.
Wow.
Oh, man, Carbon. What a play for Valet.
Absolutely beautiful Royal Champion ability right there with the use of the lightning, of the Earthquake. He knew that it would have just enough with that RC shield to finish that section off. And these dragons have nothing else to fear with these heroes moving around. This is going to be another 3-star from alternate attacks. It's like we're repeating ourselves here for alternate attacks. They're incredible.
Alternate attacks putting on a show for the viewers, making it happen with that Zap Drag absolute decimation on Kibaros's base, and it's 25-21 in favor of alternate.
For VATANG, he wants to try to add as many stars as possible on the board, sends in some balloons, and the blimp going straight for this town hall. Let's see, are we going to find Tornado Trap, Red Air Bombs, drops and rages? There's a Tornado Trap! Oh no, this is gonna stop potentially Skellies yet, or the sneaking off. The town hall might not go down. Oh, it does, just barely.
Just barely, indeed, Carbon. He does have that full clan castle pool now, poison him up, but that Inferno Dragon is gonna deal some damage, and VATANG looking to finish strong as you mentioned, but oh no, the Queen pops her ability, Carbon.
Oh no, indeed. Does clear that Inferno Dragon there. Queen's going to make her way towards the top side of this base, where he can then start to help assist with the P.E.K.K.A. Smash into the base. But man, that Queen ability going off is going to be devastating.
The jump spell is down, ready to move right on through here. He does have 2 super wall breakers. So that jump spell is really interesting. Just making sure he gets the right area, I'm assuming. Another jump spell comes in, and he's going to go all out with all the P.E.K.K.A.s and bowlers working their way through. The King's on the top side now. Can he get through the base and get the triple to, you know, leave with a little pride for his team?
With no queen ability, she's about to go down, and down goes the queen to the scatter shot. Still has that king ability, but with no queen up in the middle, it's looking all too bleak here. The Kings can move around with the Ice Golem tank, that Royal Champion moving towards that Eagle Artillery. Just unfortunately was not Vatang's war here. They did so well yesterday. They came away with a perfect war, but they got matched up against alternate attacks here, which they were the #1 seed. They were the first team to qualify for Worlds, and they are showing why they were the first ones to do it.
This is nothing to be ashamed of. They put on such a show here in the final, in the World Championships, and so they should be proud of themselves. No reason to be down and out, but man, alternate attacks came to play here on Championship Sunday. It's going to be on warning to try to finish up percentage. Oh, we get that last little archer of spotting what was dealing some damage, but what a performance, Carbon. Alternate attacks showing they were really ready for this matchup.
Absolutely. Alternates came in, and a lot of times you have the bases ready that you've been testing, but not only have you been testing certain bases, but you've been testing and planning bases for every single team. You have a scouting report for every single player, what their tendencies are, what you think they'll do, and all these attacks. Yes, these players can come in with any attack strategy, but there is one attack strategy that they use more than any other, which is something that is like their crutch, something that they do just in if it's a pressure situation. And a lot of times, these players, especially alternate attacks, they know exactly what bases to use against these players of Vatang.
And that's exactly what we're seeing here. They've capitalized, and they came to play on defense too. 10 stars, 10 attacks, 23 stars rather for Vatang.
Attack to add more triples to the board. Can he do it? Get them to 28 total stars here, Bash.
Yeah, 8 lightning spells. We have an earthquake spell, and then we have a Lalo shaping up on the back end. I want to see what he does with his lightning spells here, because there's a lot of potential. When you bring 8 lightning spells into earthquake, you can take down just about anything on the base.
You notice also what's in the middle of the space. There is one scatter, but there's a lot of room for red air bombs that we've been seeing in these bases. So for everybody at home, you're seeing bases like this, always look for a core base and watch out for red air bombs, because they are devastating to air attack, especially Lalo hits. But now deciding to use that Royal Champion up top. Onto the cannon, air defense, moving straight towards that single target Inferno, sending his hero straight into the Eagle. But look at this. He's setting a wall record. He's going in with the wall record, probably to charge that all the way to that scatter so he can clear, so his balloons won't path there.
Ooh, good read, Carbon. And you talked about it. We've seen numerous just stacked air bomb traps. So he's going to get all the way in here, have that king and queen's ability. The wall wrecker gets right into that compartment, and man,
look at that.
This one's going to be gutted. Look at this opener for Boom.
He's got a P.E.K.K.A. that's coming out here, clears that scatter in the middle, pops the king ability. The queen's going to eventually get stuck onto this lava hound, but he's cleared that, activated the tornado trap. But luckily, these balloons don't have the path anywhere in the middle there.
What is going on here? This attack is off to an incredible start. The queen will be slightly distracted here by that lava hound, but check this out. The Lalo doesn't have to deal with much, as the king, queen, royal champion, and that wall wrecker did all the heavy lifting on this one. He's going to have that warden ability for the balloons through the town hall, and man, I love what he did here. Nice start for Boom. Let's see if we can finish it off, Carbon.
This is an amazing attack. Does pop, use that freeze out of the town hall. Warden ability here to clear the town hall. Down it goes. Pops that queen ability to keep her alive with one more haste. And look at this, he still has 6 more balloons to deploy.
6 balloons to deploy. This is crazy. This is insanity, but he does have to get that scatter down. Let's not discount that scatter, because it is working over these balloons left and right. The queen's going to come over and help out just a little bit, as she stayed up throughout the whole raid. He's got that one minion cleaning up the storage on the back end, and there's not going to be enough to take down these balloons as they pass to that warden pedestal in the Tesla. It's going to be another 3-star for ATN.ATTAX. 28-star performance in this best of 2 format.
Absolutely incredible attacks, not only from Boom here, but from alternate attacks. with they only failed twice here in these 2 wars here today. They are doing an amazing job. Finishes
During the victories in every war they compete in. Congratulations, we now have our first world finalist. Congratulations to ATN.ATTAX.